What's up? What's good? Matt Clark here at the new Matt Clark. How are each and every one of you doing on this amazing Sunday? I'm doing great. My girl's doing great. My family's doing great. I hope each and every one of you are doing great through these crazy, chaotic times. But it is Valentine's Day, so let's make the best of it. Let's be positive. That's the best way to be anyways. If you could hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that bell notification button so you get all my videos when they're new. If you could share with somebody on social media, help spread the message, help spread the word, that would be amazing. And there's a PayPal option if you'd like to donate, help support the channel. The link is in the description of all my videos. So what up? What are you guys saying, huh? What's going on in the world? I got a video that I'm going to put up just now. So basically, as soon as I'm done on here, I'm going to post a video. What's up, Ruck? What are you saying, my brother? What are you saying? What are the questions for today? Let's talk. What's going on in the world? What do you guys want to talk about? No politics, prison, addiction, life. Let's get it. Tristan, wagwan, bad boy. What I say? What was the longest sentence that I have done? The longest sentence that I've done is like 42 months straight. But I've done a bunch of chunks. Robert Coombs. What's up? Shout out to Saskatoon or Saskatchewan. It is cold there. It's always cold. And it's cold here. H, what's up, Mike? Thank you. I appreciate that. Matt 300. Happy Sunday and everything else all. ZZZ Zaza. What I say, fam? What are you dealing with? Everything all right? So what do you guys want to talk about, man? What's the topic of conversation? Shout out to Hamilton, too. There's a lot of real ones from Hamilton, for sure. Mayu, wagwan. Why does it look like my eyes all swollen? Maybe there's too much light, eh? What's that topic? Hook up a wrench. Leaf predictions for the season. Well, it seems like right now they're number one in the NHL. I would say they're in a pretty easy division, but it'll be confidence building because they're going to walk through a lot of these teams. So I think they coast into the second round, and then from there, I don't really have a prediction. No, I didn't see what happened in the South. What happened in the South? Is Tom Brady the GOAT? Tom Brady is definitely the GOAT. Well, Tristan, I'm born in Richmond Hill, raised in Richmond Hill, raised around Toronto my whole life. Just recently went OT. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with the Leafs. Yeah. I don't want to speak on that, Master Blunt. You know, I don't speak on specific names on my channel, but free up anybody who's fighting a case. If they innocent, if they got a chance of beating it, free up. You know, all demand them free up. You done your punishment, free up. Minor crimes, free up. Child molesters, lock them up. Beat them down. Okay. Wow. Okay. I'll check it out, Master Blunt. I'll check it out. Math. Anything special today planned for me and my girl? No, nothing super special, you know. But obviously it's Valentine's Day. I'm going to cook her dinner and I'm going to treat her like the queen she is. This is the thing. Valentine's Day can come across sometimes as a day to excuse all your wrongdoings. One day where you just kind of forgive everything and move on. But I treat my girl like a queen every day of the year. And Valentine's Day, I guess, is just the cherry on top. Juniper Crossing, what up? What it do? Everything's good with me, man. You know, obviously life has come up a lot. I've moved recently and just, you know, big life changes, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to start getting back to doing more videos and stuff. And, you know, we're going to get that motivation going. We're going to get the channel moving. But I do appreciate the support, all the new subscribers. Thank you very much. There's quite a few of you. I appreciate each and every one of you. You know, it's getting to the point where it's hard to keep up with the comments. It's hard to do that, but I try my best. And if I miss you, I'm sorry about that. It's not anything personal. It's just I didn't see it. It ran through my thing too quickly, but I'll try to get to everyone. I appreciate y'all very much. How long do I have clean? So I wouldn't necessarily say clean, Robert, because I will have a beer. I do smoke weed, and I am on Suboxone. But I have been off hard drugs since January 2016. Yeah, there's always, for sure, you see Asians in prison, for sure. Johnny Applesauce. No, I don't really have any thoughts on it. You know, I don't want to interject myself into the situation. And, you know, I just hope that that nothing happens to those guys. You know, they're just trying to have a good time. You know, we'll see. I never really saw it. I think I saw a little clip of it, but free up. That's what I'm saying. Valentine's Day in prison. Joey Grind, the bench warmers there, keeping the bench real warm for you. Paul, awesome channel, man. Just started watching a couple weeks ago. You are a mentor to a lot of people. Very positive dude. Thank you for entertaining us. Keep it up, my bro. I appreciate that, man. And, you know, I try to be positive all the time. And obviously, sometimes life gets in the way of that. Sometimes things are difficult. But I just realized that you got to stop taking the small things for granted and really enjoy life for what it's worth. Because when you're locked up or you're in the pits of addiction, you got nothing. You don't feel good. You don't enjoy life. So what's the point? Even though I struggle now at times working so much and just kind of get beat up from the amount of time that I'm on my feet every day, I feel good about myself. And I don't need to be rich. You know, I have a great relationship. I have a great relationship with my family. It's just a different world, you know. Any thoughts on the Quinte West Detention Center? Terrence, I don't know Quinte that well. I do know it though, and I know some guys that have done time there. I would just say that it's probably one of the better places to do time. There's a lot of stories I've heard about racism there, about if you're not from that area, there could be racism, but I've never personally been there, so I don't know. I would just say that there's probably better food there. There's probably lots of lugging going on there. It's one of those old school buckets. So if you're good there, you're probably going to do good time for sure. John, I'm on subs as well. The way I see it is I'm sober but not clean. The way I see it is okay, so the way that I look at it myself, the way that I explain it to myself is that you can be sober, but not totally in recovery. Because up here, things aren't right. You're stressed and you're shaking it every day, just trying to get through the days. And then you could be not quite sober, but be in recovery. And that's kind of where I think I am. I know my vices. I know the things that I can't go near. I know I can't go around any hard drugs at all. Mention them to me and we're done. You know, there's no conversation to be had. But I just do what I can, trying to get by day, and I take it 1 minute at a time. I don't put any pressure on myself to be this ultra, I got to go to every group and I got to stay super ultra focused. I just try to enjoy my life. And as long as I'm enjoying my life, I don't need to intoxicate myself through it. Any thoughts on Dorchester back in the day or current? Honestly, Tyler, I don't know all that much about Dorchester. I know at one time it was a max, and then it kind of went down to a medium. I don't know a whole lot about it, so I'd have to really look into it, do my research, and then put a video up about it. But I don't really know. You could probably tell me a lot more about it than I could tell you. But what I will say is a lot of the times when you go to those old school jails, I'm not talking about the super jails, Lindsay jail, the South, any of those, big Americanized kind of prisons. I'm talking about the old school, small, little scary looking jails. Most of the time, you're going to do better time in those kind of places. The food's going to be better. Everything's just going to be better. Got to live a good life to set the right example for the people that care about. Good job staying clean and helping others. Austin, I appreciate that. And, I try my best. Yeah, go up there to the top and hit that like button if you're in the building. If you're not going to hit the like button, then why are you in the building? Reality. Tyler, what up, man? Knew someone that did time in 2 BC prisons. He said it was like living in a college dorm. Yeah, so if you're in BC, I know that Kent and Mascouy are the 2 higher security prisons in that province. From what I've heard, even the provincial there is pretty good. Like it's carpeted. They have like video game systems. You can have some of your real clothes and stuff. It's nothing like that in Ontario. I don't know for sure, though, because I haven't done time there. So, I'm not going to pretend like I know the answer. Paul, methadone and Suboxone definitely are a lifesaver. And I'm thinking about going on this program. So, the way I look at it is when I was chasing addiction for years and years of my life, I always was putting substances in my body. I'm lucky to have my brain, but if I kept doing, say I had to take heart medication or I had to take, some kind of ADHD meds or some kind of depression meds, to me, there's no difference in that than Suboxone. And the reality is I need the Suboxone. At this point, I need it. And I'm not ashamed to say that. And ever since I've been on Suboxone, my mind has changed. I don't have that chase drugs mentality. And I've been able to kind of focus my life and get shit together. Now, I don't plan on staying on Suboxone forever. But what I do plan on doing is staying on Suboxone till I know that I'm ready to come off of it. And I know that I'm secure. Now, I feel really good about my staying away from hard drugs. Like, honestly, I don't have temptations. I don't miss that life at all because my life has changed for the better so much. I can't see moving backwards at this point. But, at the end of the day, it changed my whole life. So I'm not going to crap on it, even though I do think it's a crutch. And I do think that it would be better if I could not be on it. But I work so much and I'm so busy that when do I have 2, 3, 4 weeks to just come off and just suffer and not sleep and go through it? So I look at it like, whatever, it is what it is. I've only been to the new and old Edmonton. Rima almost died in there from a withdrawal-induced seizure. John, that's terrible, man. I've never seen anybody almost die from a withdrawals. Now, I've seen lots of people almost die from overdoses and die, but never from withdrawals. That's some crazy stuff. Did you ever get sent to solitary? If you did, 100% I got sent to solitary. I did a whole bunch of solitary. I did almost, like 3.5 months when I got shipped from Fembrook to Joyceville. I got caught with some weed and they shipped me out. So at those times, you sat in the hole for a long time before you got shipped to another place. But the hardest stretch of segregation time I did was 60 days that I did locked up in Lindsay. So basically, they gave me 30 days LOPE. So that's loss of all privileges. I was in the cell at 8 o'clock in the morning. They take your mattress. You get no books. You get no phone calls. You get no paper. And this is when it just opened. So at those times, they were really strict and enforced the rules. So all day long, all you're doing is push-ups, 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 waiting for food, counting the minutes. And they would close the hatch on the window. By the time I left there after 30 days, I was talking to myself and having conversations with myself. And then literally like a day and a half after they let me out, I got into another issue and they put me back in the seg for another 30 days loss of all privileges. And by the time I got out of that 60 days, I had lost my mind. And it took me probably a month to kind of get back to normal functioning and in with the, the norm. It was rough. DBC Ash, what's up? Daily blessings coming. Thank you and God bless. I'm doing good, my brother. How are you doing? It's good to see your channel's growing. And this is the thing. I know it doesn't probably seem like it's growing as fast as you want it to grow. But if it's growing at all, then you're doing something right. And just learn what people like. Learn the things that people like that you do and grow. And believe me, man, you got good things coming to you. You got a good soul. I can feel it. Your energy is good. And when you got good energy, you give good energy, good things happen to you. John M., bless up, G. Bless to you too. Fred the Caveman, keep up grinding. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. It's tiring. There's no money in this YouTube for me yet. So it gets tiring, sometimes. But at the end of the day, it's not only about money. I know that money's important because you're putting time and effort into it. But, I see the growth in my channel, and it has literally changed my life. Like, it has changed my life. It's accountability at its finest, and people that I don't resent being accountable to. When you're caught up in the system, you're like, you don't want to do things right. You feel resentful of just the fact that you're caught up in the system. But on the channel, it's like, you guys are my supporters. You guys have kind of uplifted me through this whole battle, and I'm telling you, I probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. I don't know if I'd 100% be as successful as I am. So I appreciate you. You already know. And I know I'm almost at 5K, man. There was a point where I thought 100 subscribers was impossible. I remember I was at 12 subscribers, and I had reached out to Death, and he reached out back, and I was like, oh, crap, I thought maybe I'd get another 10 subscribers or something. But I actually got like a pretty good jump. I got like a few hundred subscribers, and it just kept growing and growing and growing. And I realized that I got something here, It might not be the biggest channel in the world, but that's not what it's about. It's real. And you guys help me, man. So I appreciate you. Three kids that need a future and happiness. Zaza, you're going to be the biggest Canadian prison channel. You already know. But it's not about being the biggest for me. It's not. As long as I can get by, I can make some money, I'm cool. That's it. I don't need to be the biggest channel and stomp everybody out. I don't have that vibe, I feel like there's enough for everybody. If you just have something about you that people want to hear, there's enough for everybody. That's what I'm saying, DBC. You already know. The Bum Tickler. It's a great find. I might not be the flashiest channel with the best camera, the best mic, but for me, that's not what it's about. I just try to tell you guys how it is, what I've gone through, so you guys don't have to go through that. It's not about being the hardest or being the most gangsta. For me, that's not what it's about. And sorry, I saw a question. Hold on. Sorry. Go back. Have you ever spoken to 1090? No, I never spoken to 1090, but I support 1090's channel, man. I think that guy's grown as a channel. I think his videos now are good. I think the way that he explains things, the way that he researches things, he's good at what he does. You can't hate on the man, At the end of the day, any man who comes out of prison finds his niche, finds his way, becomes a part of society, like a functioning member. Shout out to them. It's about positivity. It's not about getting up on here, yo, I'm the sickest man, yo. I was just shanking mans in the eyeball every day. I stabbed man's carotid artery. They just died on the spot. I just killed mans every day. I was the sickest who ever lived in the system. Like, who cares? Like, that's not what it's about, It's just about trying to help people not go down that road. So if sharing those war stories is something that will deter them, then that's what it is. Anybody who's done 10 years, 12, 15 years of their life in jail knows how many war stories you're going to have. But, it is what it is. I just came for the shanking story. Peace out. A1M, well, I'm not going to say that. At the end of the day, the man's just doing his thing. Tyler, do I watch Thomas Lamb? I've watched a couple of Thomas Lamb's videos. I've reached out to him. He doesn't want to do an interview. I'm not going to force the man. I think he's got a good motivational channel. I think he's smart when he talks. He's articulate. He's somebody I'd like to talk to. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to try to force anybody to do an interview. I'm not going to get all bitter or upset. Hopefully the guy grows and he's successful and he does his thing. Have you ever seen Doco on Madagascar's Antananarivo prison? No, I haven't, but I'm going to check it out for sure. Hey, Matt, how do you get a haircut in prison? So if you're in the bucket in provincial, there'll be somebody that you can pay almost like canteen. You put in a request, they come through. You go into this room, they cut your hair quickly. It's crap. Sometimes they'll let the inmates use the clippers. They'll have a clipper and somebody can cut people's hair. Now, if you're in the penitentiary, there's an inmate who gets paid for that. There's a job, the barber. So anytime you can go in and get a haircut pretty much if you're in federal. Steven Richards, what's up? Austin, I only did house arrest for making oil, but for sure someone does the time. Better in life. I respect that so much. That's what I'm saying. It's just about being a better person for me at this point. A second channel sharing prison recipes. I just don't have enough. I could do some videos on here sharing some recipes if you guys are really into that. But I don't have that much. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Watch. You want to see something funny? Watch this. Yeah, I got a couple. Like I got a couple recipes that are super dope. That's what I'm saying, bro. I need to get this cut, but I want to grow it at the same time. So, man, I know I do need a cut, but my girl wants me to get a cut too, but I don't want to cut it. I want to let it keep growing. Do I think the system does enough in regards to recreation, therapy, rehabilitation for inmates in the system to get out of their current lifestyle? No, I do not. Sticking a basketball net to the wall in a provincial jail and giving you 20 minutes out there to run some ball. Or if you're in the federal system, I think you definitely get enough rec. You can work out, you can play sports, but there's not enough programming. There's not enough real authentic programming with more individual topics. Like nowadays in the federal system, it's like you go into a program and it's all these things covered, like addiction, violence prevention, all these different things balled up into one group. So how can that possibly focus on your issues? What do I prefer doing? Sharing personal stories on your sentences or interviewing other inmates about their experiences? Honestly, I like doing both. I feel like I have a hard time remembering everything because it's been so long. Like I've done so much time. So I know there's a lot of things that sometimes just pop into my head. I'm like, oh yeah. But I also really like interviewing people because it offers different perspective. And hopefully I got some cool interviews coming up that you guys will like too. If you ain't got people supporting you on the outside or are in a position of getting arrested will you be able to use the money on you for a canteen? 100%. If you have money when you get arrested and they don't snatch it from you, 100% that'll go into your canteen. So if you're ever wanted and you know you're wanted, always walk with a stack. As long as you can prove where that stack came from. Trudeau's ass. Trudeau's just he's just a name. That's all it is. But I do believe that right now you're in a better situation if you're living in Canada than you're living in the States, for sure. I think the States is dope. I think a lot of the people from the States are dope. But the way the politics and stuff down there are moving right now, the way that, it's all over the place, I don't know, man. But, to me, all politicians are shady. They're all goofs, to me. None of them have our best interests at hand. The reality is what they want is money. That's what they care about. Tell me how a senator or a, attorney general or somebody who makes $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year salary is $100 millionaire. It just doesn't make sense. And at the end of the day, I don't care. There's nothing I can do about it, so I don't care. Were any heinous criminals locked up at the same prison that you were, that you know of, such as serial killers and etc.? 100%. I know serial killers personally. But if you had like real shady, like rapey kind of murder charges, you wouldn't be in general population in Canada. Do you think judges should be voted in like in the States? I don't know. Because I think either way, it takes a very special person to wield that kind of power correctly. Hate it or love it, they're necessary. Judges are necessary. But it takes a very special person to not abuse power when they get it. That's why politicians, cops, FBI, CIA, any of these people, when they get that kind of power, they become corrupt. They can't help it. Small percentage of people aren't corrupted by that kind of power. Those are the people that you want in politics and stuff like that. Yeah, not every judge is a horrible human being who just wants to throw people in prison. Some of them genuinely care if the society is safe and genuinely feel like maybe you'll get an opportunity. I've gotten some opportunities in my life. I've gotten some breaks where the judge wasn't just trying to roast me and throw away the key. But I've also had judges that were horrible people and literally just wanted to roast me. It just depends. That's what I'm saying. Afro Matt. Is there deodorant in jail? Yeah, there's deodorant in jail. Now, if you're in the penitentiary, you can buy deodorant in provincial. I don't think you can anymore. They just give you those crappy Dawn Mist that burns your armpits, turns it red, has skin peeling off. It's rough, but you got to use it. Coyote Prophet, man, what's up? What are you saying? How's life down there in Chicago, man? Yeah, in 97 in the bucket, you could still smoke. The open custody system in Canada is a good thing. Thoughts on open custody? So open custody could be a good thing, but for someone like me, I'd always go on the run. As soon as they put me there, I'm gone. But for some people, definitely. Well, Coyote Prophet, we've been no warmer than -10 in this area, -10 Celsius where I live for like 3 weeks. And sometimes it's as cold as -30 with the wind chill. Steve, man, I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. Is there any Bosnian Serbians in the pen? 100%. 100%. I remember I had a guy on my block in the Ville, Serbia. A good dude, too. There's always a handful of them, for sure. All the Yugoslavs. That's like Bosnia, Croatians, what's that? Herzegovina? Shout out to Hamilton for sure. Yeah, well, Winnipeg is different. That's even colder than here. Frosty Matrix TV on Twitch. He's your fellow Canadian. Okay. I'm not on Twitch. I hate social media, to be honest. I hate it. I only have an Instagram so I can talk to my subscribers. If not, I wouldn't have it at all. I'm not from this era, man. I'm an old man. I don't like this. One of my current pen pals who's in Idaho is Bosnian. That's what I'm saying. Ease, what's up? I appreciate the support. Also, Macedonia, not officially part of Yugoslavia, but Albania. Yeah, I had a guy on my block, Albanian too. Albania, we called him. He's a good dude too. Dress hilarious. Always had like the Adidas tearaways. Guy was the best. Albania was the best. He was always happy too. And I know he was a boss, even though he's just a little guy. Yeah, they find bullets all the time in prison. I wouldn't say all the time, but yeah. So I'm going to do a video on that one time. It was in Lindsay, to be honest. Hey, Matt, when were you doing time? What was your favorite time of day of the week? Well, before they canceled the Baby Blue movies. But I really enjoyed hitting the bag. I really enjoyed working out, you know. Jake, how did I get over addiction? I wouldn't say I got over it. I'd say that I'm working through it right now, day by day. Most Americans don't know what a Balkan Slav Serb are. Yeah, well, I like to educate myself. You know, I like to read. I like to put myself, you know, I feel like if I'm locked up, I'm doing all that time, the least I can do is read and teach myself some shit. 6, how old am I? I will be 39 this year. 44, just went back to school. Tell me about it. Tell you about what? What a soup spoon is? I just get bag gloves. I didn't care. You know, they're probably 4 ounce. They're not like, I didn't use UFC gloves. And I get some wraps. I never really took it serious, but I would hit the bag for 45 minutes to an hour every day just for cardio and just to keep myself in fighting shape. Yeah, I'm old, man. I grew up all over the place. I spent some time in Vancouver. I spent a lot of time in New York region, but I was born in Richmond Hill. Jaron. I don't know, because I don't know a ton of Americans. I do know some. I do feel like they're very patriotic for sure. But saying that they don't care about other places, I don't know for sure, because I don't know. Do I think making inmates farm will help them? I think the smartest thing to do is to teach inmates some trades. Teach them some trades. By the way, I'm on here for like another minute. Sorry, I got to go. I got to start cooking dinner for my butt. But honestly, trades. Give them some skills. See, when I was in the Ville, 2006, 7, 8, you could get your welding tickets and you would get paid incentive to get it. So even though you're not getting paid a lot of money, you get paid about $170 every 2 weeks after they took your room and board and the fees for cable and stuff like that from you. And $170, if you're doing 10 years, is a lot of money that you can save, help you get on your feet. But when Stephen Harper came in, he took all those programs out, snatched them all out. And people stopped working. People stopped learning. And a lot of those programs shut down. Where do I live these days? That doesn't matter. I don't share where I live. I live around. How's that? But what do I think of the police? It's hard to say, you know. Do I have animosity towards the police? 100%. Did I ever get abused by the police? 100%. I was handcuffed on the ground. They sicked the German Shepherd on me afterwards. But at the same time, I know that I was a pain in the ass and I was a real threat to society. I didn't care who's something what. Like if this belonged to you, I was going to take it. I didn't care. I'd rob it. I'd steal it. I didn't care. I had no respect for anybody. So I made my bed. I don't complain. It is what it is. But for sure, I think there's a lot of bad cops. But I do feel they're necessary, you know. You can't just have anarchy. You can't just have everybody roaming free. It'd be crazy. And the 80 or 90% of civilians that there are out there would be brutalized daily, robbed, stolen from, beaten. It just is what it is. Anyways, I love y'all. At the end of the day, hopefully you guys go check out my video. I'm going to post a video up probably maybe like in the next hour. Fuck cops. But you do need them, whether you like it or not. It is what it is. White Boy Lockdown Radio, what's up, my brother? Stay safe out there, man. Stay safe, everybody. You already know. Love y'all. New Matt Clark. Watch the video and hit that like button before you get out of here.